Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm gonna do a little what I wish I knew before starting med school video, because why not? So grab your popcorn, grab your snacks, grab your friends and come join me on this lovely sofa. Get comfy, guys.
Shorty go jogging every morning.
So disclaimer guys, I literally just finished first year, so all of these experiences are personal to me, so I'm not in any way speaking for other med students. These are just things that I wish I knew before med school and things that I've realized as I was going through med school. So let's get right into it. So in terms of difficulty, okay, when I first started med school, I thought it'd be difficult in terms of understanding things as opposed to the workload. I thought it'd be difficult because of the workload, but I thought it'd be more difficult because I had to actually understand things and take things in. It's actually difficult because of both. In med school, you get so much content thrown at you. It's not the same as high school, it's not the same as A levels, I would say. So you have all this information, all this content thrown at you, and not only do you need to understand this content, but you need to process this content, and you need to be able to take in this content and just at least understand everything that's given to you, because you don't know when it's going to turn up next. Your high school textbooks will not help, okay? I don't know why, but when I went to med school, I bought I went to high school in Canada, so I bought all the textbooks or everything that I thought would help me, like my biology textbook, my biology binder. No, it did not help. I think I looked in that binder once and that was for glycolysis, and even then what was in the binder was way more basic compared to what I actually had to study. In high school, we just learned what glycolysis was, and I thought that was difficult. When I got to medical school, we had to learn the actual enzymes that was in the process of that, and I was just like,
Okay.
like I said, it's very different to high school and A levels. For me, okay, for me, once again, for me, it's different. I think in med school, it's a whole new ball game. It's more content. It's new content. It's not content that you learned already. Maybe some of it is, but this time, even if it is, it's way more in detail. It's okay to use other resources, okay? I had some teachers that I did not really understand what they were teaching, okay? Their lectures did not really make sense to me, so what I used was osmosis. I had a friend who gave me her osmosis password and username, bless her, and I just used that to help me study because it just really helped. They were 10-minute videos and it just kind of explained everything in more basic, so it was just very, very helpful. No way, shape or form is this an ad for osmosis. It was just very helpful. Don't be afraid to use other resources. For me, again, I had this thing at the beginning of the year where I was like, I can't use other resources. I have to use the resource that the teacher gave me, because if I use other resources, it might not end up on the exam. I do not know what I was thinking. I don't know what my thought process was, but guys, it's okay to use other resources. It's okay to use, there's so many good resources out there. Speed Pharmacology, Doctor, I forgot, but I used this doctor for my exams. They did physiology. It was so helpful. Osmosis, literally. There's so many resources out there that you can use, and honestly, some are even will help you understand it better than perhaps your lecturers, and that's just that, you know. Another tip, don't be afraid to ask your teachers or your friends questions, okay? I used to be a person who was so afraid to ask questions, like even ever since I was younger, like parent-teacher conferences, my parents would come home and they'd tell me that the teacher said, Nana, like, you need to talk more, you need to ask more questions. I don't know, I was afraid to do so. You know why I was scared? I was scared because I was fearful. I was afraid that other people would judge me because of my question. But then as you grow up, you come to realize that most people probably have the same question, and we're literally all in this together. And at a point I realized I couldn't care less what other people think of me. You can think I'm dumb, you can think I'm stupid for asking that question, but at the end, okay, eventually my question will get answered, and I don't know, I'll just be able to understand it, and I'm improving my knowledge, you know what I mean? So Literally, do not be afraid to ask questions, whether it's your friends or whether it's your teacher. Just go for it, because we're literally all in this together. We're trying to all be in this together. Get ready to be reflective. You have clinical logs that you have to update. Communication skills will be looked at to see if you're improving, and you need to know what you did well, what you haven't done well, and you need to be able to write this down and really just be a reflective person, and improve on that. You need to be able to write goals, just be able to better yourself consistently, continuously. So just putting that out there, just you have to be reflective. This one is so important. You have to be open to change. You cannot be stubborn, because in med school you are training to be a doctor. As a doctor, you guys already know that's a lot of responsibility. So you have to be open to change. You will get a lot of feedback, And yes, there'll be places where you make mistakes. There's gonna be places where you mess up, okay? That's okay. We're all human. None of us are perfect, right? But you need to be able to understand how you messed up and be willing to learn from it and change, okay? There's that. You cannot be stubborn. If you cannot be hard-headed, you cannot be stubborn at all. You need to be able to be okay with constructive criticism. You need to be able to take that and help it better yourself, instead of getting easily offended by it, because you will get a lot of constructive criticism. You will get a lot of feedback, both from the teachers and your classmates. Yeah, your classmates. So just know that and be open-minded. In the end, all of this constructive criticism, all of this feedback, it's only to help you. It's going to help you become a better doctor in the long run. So you might as well just take it and soak it in like a sponge. Okay, next. Guys, plan your time for exam season. I am telling you, because I did not do that, okay? For my midterms, I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, again, first year, this is all about the mistakes. This is all about learning, you know? You need to plan your time. When you have exams, plan maybe to the day, plan what you're going to study today, the next day. Because for me, when I actually plan, I make sure, or like I literally try as hard as I can until I'm literally on my chair falling asleep to finish what I have to do for that day. And let me tell you, once you finish what you have to do for that day, you will feel so accomplished. So literally plan. That is one of the most effective things you can do, because I didn't really do that in high school. I didn't really plan. I don't know, I kind of just studied for the test whenever I wanted to. Everything was just kind of, you know. But in med school, literally planning will get you a long way. Organization, planning, it's so effective, and it's going to help you a lot. Guys, first year is all about figuring out how to study, because high school studying and med school studying isn't the same. I came from high school and the studying was just different. I had to actually learn how to study effectively, what actually suited me in med school, you know? High schoolers, if there's any of you guys watching, try and figure out how you study best. Are you a visual learner? Do you learn best drawing diagrams? Do you learn best doing flashcards? Do you learn best explaining to other people? Try and figure that out, because that, I'm telling you, will help you tremendously, especially if you figure out how you effectively study or learn things earlier on. It's going to be so beneficial when you get to med school. Again, I'm only a first year med student, and I'm not talking for everyone. This is just my experiences and what I think could help, okay? The upper year med students. Guys, make friends with the upper year med student, because they're also very nice. But on top of that, they are very helpful. Keep in mind, they were in your exact position the year before. For me, at the beginning of the year, I asked a bunch of second year med students for tips, and they all were very generous in giving me those, and they were very helpful tips. So definitely talk to the older students. Don't worry, they're not scary. They're very helpful, in fact. And I guess it's definitely more difficult during the pandemic, but once you are out and once we are done the pandemic, definitely do not be afraid of the older people. Talk to them. They are so helpful. this is my last point, guys. I started out writing every lecture out by hand. The notes, I'd write it out by hand until one morning. Okay, it was a nice Sunday morning. I woke up and I realized, I called my dad and I started ranting. I was like, I can't do this. Like, my mind was confused. I don't know. I'd woken up and I'd realized, what am I doing? Guys, I was actually writing the same exact thing that was on the slide on a piece of paper, and nothing was going in. I was not retaining any information. So I was just having this breakdown, and then I realized that's why it's so important to understand how you study specifically, because everyone studies differently. So how do you study effectively, personally, you, not me, you? Because I don't know why. I was writing down word for word. Okay, this was just dumb. I don't know what I was thinking. Word for word, what the slides were saying. I ended up in the end with, I wish I could show you. Okay, when I was writing these notes, I won't show them, but obviously my stuff isn't with me right now. By the end of like a week or 2 weeks, my notebook was like literally 2 notebooks were full already. And that's when I realized, what are you doing, Nana? Come on now. Come on, babes. Come on. We can't be doing this. There are a lot more tips that I could tell you, but I don't want this video to be too long. I don't want to bore you guys. But guys, thank you so much for listening. If you have any comments, tips, advice, literally anything, or questions, anything, literally just comment down below, or my Instagram is also in the description below. You can DM me if you have any questions at all. But yeah, I hope these helped. Again, I just want to reiterate, I am a first year med student. I literally just finished first year, and these are personally what I think will help. Again, I'm not talking for other med students. This is just what I think is helpful to know for those starting med school. And I could think of more tips, so if you guys want a part 2, let me know. But guys, again, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching. Remember to share if you know any future medics or anyone who wants to, you know, go to med school, whatever. Share this video with them, because I think this is just helpful, not only for med school, but, you know, just high school as well, you know, in general, university in general, you know. So definitely share this, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Goodbye, lovelies.